stands tall as one of the world's fastest growing economies, steadily expanding its base over the past decade. And central to this are the small and medium enterprises which have been adding to their customer base, bolstering their revenues and contributing to the surge in domestic consumption. It is no doubt then that SMEs contribute to nearly 33% of the country's GDP, and they're pivotal in the creation of more than 120 million jobs across various sectors. However, while there is widespread discussion about India's growing economic power, which is fueled by the young and educated workforce, the ground reality is quite different. For instance, the India Skills Report highlights that nearly 49% of the country's youth are deemed unemployable. Now, this underscores the stark misalignment between the skills that are required or acquired through education and those that are demanded by the highly dynamic job market. And this is even more pronounced when we look at the technology sector. Hello and welcome to this exclusive series. CNBC TV 18 presents Bharat Trailblazers in association with Salesforce. Today we turn our focus on a company that has been working in the past decade or so to bridge this exact skill gap. Simplilearn is a global online learning platform which specializes in professional certification training and skill development across domains. Joining us now today is its founder and CEO Krishna Kumar to take us through the company's journey. Krishna, thank you very much for your time here on CNBC TV 18. I'll start by talking about the tough macro environment we're in with a lot that's going on. We've seen some sectors more impacted than the others. We've seen companies restructure, undergo some layoffs if they had to. In this environment, if you could start by telling us what is the importance of professional upskilling and the work that you're doing here.
No, thanks, and thanks for having me on the show. So it's a great question that what is the importance of upskilling in the current market. Let me give you an analogy. When is the best time to invest in a stock market? The best time to invest is when market is down, right? Everybody is selling and you want to get into the market, and you make the best return when everybody is like buying and you want to exit, right? So current market for tech is similar, right? Right now there's a lot of negativity, and it's not only limited to, I'll say, certain tech, like entire tech industry globally is impacted, like from the biggies like Google to the smaller.
We've been seeing the tech meltdown, so to speak.
So overall there is a negativity, and people think that okay, maybe tech will not grow, but imagine most of us are spending most of our time online, right? So interacting with online resources of one kind or other. So there's no way tech importance is going to go away from our life. So as tech is important, hiring will continue to happen. There will be a lot of growth also in this sector. So my suggestion to everyone is that to look at the current time as an opportunity to acquire skills. So when the market turns around, you are ready with the skills to ride on it, right?
So now is the time to upskill yourself. But given this digital transformation of sorts that we're seeing, and this is penetrated across sectors, it's not really restricted to one particular one. How is the whole landscape of skilling and professional skilling especially changing in India?
So in India, for the longest time, we were a country where we used to give a lot of importance to degree, that have you gone to a tier 1 college or have you gone to a tier 2 college and so on. But off lately, as companies have a lot of pressure on productivity, what they're hiring for is skills. They're not hiring for degrees. So they're looking at ways in which they can acquire talented people who can do their work at the lowest cost. So obviously skilling has become even more important. Now because of this global digital transformation, there's another big change that has happened, which is that now you can work from anywhere for anyone. So that is also leading to a lot of global roles also coming to India. So if you are a skilled professional in India, the entire world is an opportunity for you to work for. And we already see those kind of trends picking up. So I think overall in this whole digital transformation scheme, India has a great future. You can be in Bangalore and work for companies in Boston and so on, right?
But you're making a great pitch here for upskilling and the need for upskilling and why it's picking up now. But what are the challenges that you face when you're selling this? As your sales team, would you say the top 3 or top 5 challenges that they faced?
See, if I have to step into my salesperson's shoes, I think that of course the market in general is like somewhat constrained. So people are those who are also thinking about upskilling. They are looking for value for money. That if I want to acquire a skill, but
Naturally.
at what price can I acquire the skill?
Yeah.
And in the market, there are all kinds of options. There are like free YouTube videos, and when Simplilearn also produces so many free videos, we have millions of followers on our platform, to paid program which are designed by companies like us or designed in association with universities that we work with. And all of them come at a different price point. So one of the challenges that sales team has to show and differentiate that of all the different options that you have, what is good for you at what price? Because people are very, very like sensitive about the price in the current market.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Second thing is that there is some kind of worry when it comes to professionals' mind also, that if I take this program and what if my own job is not there? How will I pay for it? Which is a real concern, right?
Yeah.
So how to overcome that concern is that while that's a concern, but doing some upskilling also kind of reduces your risk of having that incident happening with you, because you can differentiate yourself with your colleagues.
With
you
higher
can differentiate,
skills,
and you can also maybe add more skills, so your current company can also utilize you for more than what they're currently doing. So I think the biggest challenge is that at one end there is some kind of toughness in the market, and other end we are saying that okay, upskill. So budget is a big challenge that our sales guys are like struggling with. Other big issue is that how do they help people differentiate from one product to another product, because everybody seems to be talking about the same thing. So that's another challenge that I think from the sales guys perspective I see them facing.
Okay, so differentiation in products, and India being a very price sensitive
Correct,
market.
yeah.
So but what is the digital transformation that you're bringing about inside the company to meet some of these challenges that you highlighted? Because while there is a digital transformation outside and you're preparing the youth and the people for it, what are you doing internally to meet these challenges?
So Ritu, see, there are like companies who are traditional companies, and they think about digital transformation in a way to change their way of working so that they are more online, they are more internet, they are always in a digital world. Simplilearn was a digital first company. The whole business existed because we could sell our program online on internet, right?
Yeah.
So we have been like digital first ever since we started. So we use all kinds of product to automate our sales process, our service process, our product, our human resource process, our HR, finance process. So there's all kinds of automation that exists within the company, and we have all kinds of data that we track to see how each of the functions can become better.
So, we've covered step one, which is sales, then comes service. There, what would you say are the top 3 to 5 challenges, and what are you doing to digitally transform that as well? Any metrics you could share about the results that you've seen with it?
So for our service team, the most important metrics is NPS. NPS stands for Net Promoter Score, which is every customer
Net Promoter Score.
Net Promoter Score.
Okay.
It's a very industry-wide metrics used globally to see how happy you are with your customer, with your the company that you have bought the service from.
Okay.
So there, every service team, they get rated for every interaction. So customer may contact them because they're not understanding any of our courses. They may contact them because there is some component of the program that is missing or not configured the way they were expecting it to. So they get rated for every interaction, and we measure NPS on every interaction. But that's an outcome metrics.
Yeah.
That's like measured on a scale of 1 to 10, and 9 and 10 is what we always aspire to get. So we don't directly get to that particular metric. There's a lot of input metric also. It goes that how many calls you got from the customers, how soon we responded to that particular call, was the query solved on the call itself, or it became a ticket. If it became a ticket, how long it took for us to close the ticket. After the ticket, did we send them a survey to ask, are they satisfied with the resolution provided by our team or not? So we do a lot of data, and that's why we use Salesforce, because obviously all our service team and sales teams are on Salesforce. So our data flow is very seamless. That right from inquiry to a prospect becoming a customer, and we servicing that particular customer, the entire journey is on one single platform.
You've partnered with Salesforce for some of this digital transformation that you have undertaken. For the industry out there that is watching, what would you say have been some of the key takeaways? What were you looking for in a partner, that helped you meet this agenda, or whatever your targets you had were?
Yeah. See, I will say that of course there are like technical aspects of the product. Does it have all the features? Is it meeting a requirement? And so on and so forth. So obviously that's one part of it. But I think when it comes to identifying any partner, right? One of the key metrics that every company looks for is actually how flexible is the partner. See, business is always up and down, right? We have in 2021, or everybody was growing 100% year over year, and that time you're okay to pay any kind of money to your partner. Let me put it straight. But right now, companies are downsizing, and there is always a pressure on profitability and becoming more efficient. So if partners also are flexible and they also respond and become flexible for your need, I think that's what makes a long-term partnership, in my view. True for Salesforce, true for all the partners.
But what would you say are the key benefits of this partnership that you've had?
So I think so far Salesforce has been a good partner. We have been working with them for, I think we started our partnership way back in 2015. So it's a really long time. Before that also we had our internal CRM that we used to use, and at that point of time we realized that our internal CRM can't scale, and we can't keep on adding to our requirement as well as what the competitors are doing. So better to get on a industry-wide platform. We had another reason why we selected Salesforce at that point of time, because our business was always global. So we had sales teams in US also and other countries, and they were very comfortable on Salesforce as a platform rather than any homegrown platform or any of these Indian companies who have built CRM kind of platform. So that's how we selected Salesforce. And so far the partnership worked very well. I think our relationship has expanded, and they have been very flexible in terms of adding features and working with our teams in doing things that make our business stronger.
Okay, finally, before we let you go, Krishna, I think we've all had a little bit of a crash course in artificial intelligence. Everybody's talking about ChatGPT, generative AI, Bard, this and that. But really, in this ever-changing world and with this new technology emerging, are there specific skilling courses that you at Simplilearn have designed to cater to this requirement, and what the skills of the future are going to be?
So I think while ChatGPT has taken over the world, there is so much popularity on AI. Let me tell you that on our platform, one of the most popular free courses is business analytics with Excel. And I think that's something that everybody should know. What that particular course does is, any role that you are in, you are handling some data. You have to look at some data and make some inferences, right? And that's where that particular course is very helpful, and we see hundreds of people doing that course on our platform every day for free. So anybody who's thinking about skilling, I'll suggest that go for that particular course. The second course that I can suggest anyone who's watching this show, and again it's a free course, is a introduction to digital marketing. See, all of us have to market ourselves. When you create a resume on LinkedIn, you are marketing yourself. When you are going and getting interviewed, you are marketing yourself. So that course is going to be very helpful for anyone and everyone watching this show, and it's a must to survive in today's digital world.
All right, Krishna, on that note, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for sharing all of your insights. We're going to wrap up this special episode on that note. It's a goodbye from all of us, and thank you for watching.